about to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for.
So for our first dinner, I'm going to be making some enchiladas and salad. So I'm just chopping up some chicken breast and some fresh onion, and then you just fry this in a pan with some peppers. I use some frozen peppers, and I also use the old El Paso kit. This is the one we've always used. We've tried the Tesco one, but I'm not as keen. So I use 2 kits between the 5 of us, and then we have quite a lot of leftovers. In the kit you get your seasoning mix, your cooking sauce and your corn tortillas. So I'm just going to put this all together in a pan, and then it's pretty self-explanatory. You let it cook together, add some grated cheese, and then wrap them up and put them in an oven dish. Then you top those with some sauce and some more grated cheese and pop them in the oven. And we always have ours served with a big salad. We put a big bowl out in the middle of the table and everyone helps themselves. And there's always loads of leftovers, and they're actually really nice cold the next day. So next up we've got a roast dinner with roasted sprouts and bacon, roast leeks, potatoes, roast parsnips, carrots. We've got sausage meat stuffing, and then I made 2 leftover dinners out of this. One of them I added some leftover gammon to. I just made some wedges out of potatoes we had left in the cupboard. I added a couple of roast potatoes that were left from yesterday's dinner and some cucumber. And then the following day we just added some mash and some pickles to it. We've got some red cabbage as well and a little bit of leftover stuffing, so we ended up having 3 meals out of 1 meal and made the leftovers really stretch, and we used up everything we had in the cupboards as well, which is always good. So for tonight's dinner I decided to do some pork chops and mashed potato with some southern style gravy and broccoli, and I did some pasta for Jake because he's not keen on mash, so I just did the pork chops on the grill, and then I made up some of the southern style gravy that you can get, the Mayflower one. It's quite like Kentucky gravy if you like that kind of thing, and I just served it with mash and broccoli. So for tonight's dinner we just have some chili con carne, and I've just served it with some basmati rice, and I've made it with pork mince, which is the 5% like lean one, and kidney beans, tomatoes, onion, and that's it. That's what we've got for our dinner tonight. For tonight's dinner I made barbecue pulled chicken loaded wedges with an avocado, chili and lime salsa. So I just got a whole chicken and cooked that and then shredded the meat off of it. I chopped some potatoes into wedges, and then I popped those in the oven with some spray oil and a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I made my own barbecue sauce. I'll leave my recipe for this linked in the description. I used chopped tomatoes this time instead of passata because that's what I had in the cupboard. It works out exactly the same. And then I'm going to put the chicken into the sauce and mix it together and heat it through. Put that onto the cooked wedges and then top them with cheese and pop it back in the oven. And then I will show you how I made the salsa as well. So to make the salsa we chopped up 1 avocado, 1 red pepper, some fresh coriander, a spring onion and a massive squeeze of lime. We also put 1 fresh red chilli in there as well, and you just mix it all together. It's such a nice salsa, and we're definitely going to be making this more often. But added some salt and pepper to it, and then once the loaded fries had come out of the oven we just spooned this over the top, and you could also add a big dollop of sour cream if you wanted. So So for tonight's dinner I have made a macaroni, cheese, broccoli pasta bake topped with crispy bacon. It's just a jar sauce I've used for this because we needed something quick and easy, and I've just mixed it with some fresh broccoli, some cooked spirally pasta, and just crisped up some bacon in a dry frying pan and put it on the top, and some grated cheddar. And I'm just going to serve it up with a little bit of garlic bread. So for tonight's dinner I decided to make some homemade burgers. These are using 5% fat beef mince, and I just did them on the grill, and I heated up the cheese and some sandwich thins on top of the grill just so the cheese melted a little bit, and we served it in buns with lettuce and tomato. I also did a few hash browns in the air fryer, and Oscar wasn't feeling great, so he decided that he just wanted salad and nothing else, so I just did him some pickles and tomatoes, carrot, cucumber and bits like that. And the last meal for this week's video is just meatballs with some spiral pasta and garlic bread. I just made the sauce really simply with some passata, some garlic and a stock pot. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you very soon in our next video.
This is what we waited.